Anthropic just released Claude Opus 4.8. Most people are talking about benchmark improvements, coding scores, and reasoning performance, but I think they're missing the bigger story. At the end of Anthropic's announcement, they revealed that Mythos class models are expected to arrive in the coming weeks, which raises an interesting question. Did Anthropic quietly give us a preview of Mythos in Claude 4.8? Now, not saying that's Mythos, but reviewing the release notes, there are several clues that suggest we may be seeing some of the behaviors Anthropic has been building toward. Before we talk any further, let's talk about Mythos for a moment, because unless you're following Anthropic very closely, you probably never heard of it. Mythos isn't available to the public yet. It's not something you can log into today. In fact, Anthropic describes Mythos as next generation frontier AI model that's currently being tested with a small number of organizations. What's interesting is that Anthropic isn't talking about Mythos because it's better at writing emails or summarizing documents. They're talking about it because it's operating at an entirely different capability level. According to Anthropic, Mythos has demonstrated extremely advanced cybersecurity capabilities. We're talking about the ability to autonomously discover software vulnerabilities, identify security weaknesses, and find issues that human teams might miss. That's why Anthropic has been very careful about releasing it. Let's continue it. What is Claude 4.8? Claude 4.8 replaces 4.7, and according to Anthropic, it improves the coding, agentic workflows, reasoning, knowledge work, and reliability. On the surface, this sounds like a normal model upgrade, slightly better performance, slightly better benchmarks, nothing too exciting. But then I noticed something different. Anthropic spends a surprising amount of time talking about reliability and honesty, not intelligence, not speed, not benchmarks, reliability. That's unusual. One of the biggest complaints about AI systems today is that they confidently tell you things that aren't true. Sometimes they finish work that isn't actually finished. Sometimes they claim success when they've skipped important steps. Anthropic specifically highlights that Claude 4.8 is much less likely to do this. In fact, they report that Opus 4.8 is roughly 4 times less likely to allow flaws in its own code to pass without mentioning them. That's a very important shift because the next generation of AI isn't about giving answers. It's about being trusted to complete the work. Because the next generation of AI isn't about giving answers. It's about being trusted to complete work. If you're going to hand important business tasks to AI, reliability matters more than benchmark scores. Okay, the feature that everybody is overlooking here, the feature that caught my eye the most, and this isn't the model itself, it's dynamic workflows. This allows Claude to plan large projects, launch parallel agents, coordinate work, verify results, and then return a final output. Think about that for a second. That's no longer a chatbot. That's much closer to a digital employee. Anthropic says Claude can now coordinate hundreds of parallel sub-agents during a single project. That's a major shift in how AI gets work done. Instead of answering questions, it's managing work streams. And that's exactly where the industry is heading. When I use Claude today, I don't think of it as a search engine, neither should you. I don't think of it as a chatbot. I increasingly think of it as a team member. See my previous video. Claude 4.8 pushes even further in that direction. The new effort controls allow you to decide how much thinking Claude should do before responding. Low effort, high effort, extra effort, maximum effort. That's very similar to how you would manage a human employee. Quick draft, low effort. Strategic recommendation, high effort. Complex business analysis, maximum effort. The interaction model itself is changing. So, my question is this again. Is this Mythos Mini? My answer is probably not. Anthropic specifically says that Mythos class models are still coming. So, I don't think Claude 4.8 secretly is Mythos, but I do think we're seeing signs of where Mythos is headed. More autonomy, more reliability, better judgment, longer running projects, parallel work execution, less needs for constant supervision. Those aren't benchmark improvements. Those are employee-like behaviors. Again, see my previous video. And that's why Claude 4.8 feels very different. So, is Claude 4.8 actually Mythos Mini, as I call it? And no, as I said, probably not. But it may be the clearest preview we've seen yet of what Anthropic is building toward. Exciting news. For sure. And if Mythos delivers on the direction suggested by Claude 4.8, we're about to move from AI assistants to AI workers. And that, in my mind, is a bigger story than a benchmark increase. Now, if you're interested in practical AI workflows, Claude, ChatGPT, Manus, etc., and using AI to actually get work done, subscribe to my channel here. And if you'd like to learn more about how I and we at the agency use AI to save time, automate work, and grow businesses, click the link below. I'm happy to connect with you there. Now, because of the next wave of AI isn't about the prompts, it's about delegation. If you want to learn more and to stay on top of changing AI landscape for business, as I mentioned, I really would like a subscription from you. Most, I would like a comment. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Exciting news today. Go out there and get it done.